Uh, um, did you send me it on my phone? All right, give me a minute. I'm actually trying to put up the YouTube because in the YouTube, I'm actually doing a demonstration live. So I'm going to read a message because I want to see if it's something that we can talk about live. I won't say it's for you. We won't. Did it start live 2 times? I don't even know what I. All right, hold. All right, so that's YouTube. I need to do this. Just give me 1 minute. Share. Let me copy this link. All right. And let's post it at the top. Pin a link. What version of QuickBooks are you using? Do you know what version of QuickBooks you're using? Yeah, there's like three. Yeah, there's three different one. There is the plus, the okay, so I think I heard that over there. I'm actually making sure that I can hear myself on the other screens. I do this on Tuesdays where I do like live demonstration, and it's inside of YouTube and my Facebook group. So let me. How come I miss your message? Ah, I just saw. Yes, and it's uh yeah. I that we'll talk about off the call. I saw your message. Oh my goodness. I'm just wow. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you because last week we did all about report, right? And so I know he probably want a profit and loss. He's probably going to ask you for a balance sheet and a cash flow statement. What those does is the balance sheet is actually going to give him an idea of the equity that's in your business. And then the cash flow statement is going to give them like it's probably give you the difference between the actual profit and loss and the balance sheet, because and on the balance sheet is going you're going to have like the operating on the cash flow statement it will show you the operating activities, like how much you're making from operating activities, and then it also show you how much you're making from financing if you're financing anything, and how much you're actually investing in the business. So I'm actually inside of the demo. So have you reconciled? It's a yeah, owner's draw. It's called owner's draw. hmm When you pay yourself inside of, and that is going to show up on your balance sheet. It does not show up as an expense. If you have an LLC, it's actually going to show up as and because it's a Schedule C. Let me just do a quick introduction, and then I'm going to go ahead. Hi Shannon. Hi Prophet. Let me see, Prophetess Monica. I'm sure I've seen you before. So, hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are inside the revenue retention room. And on Tuesdays, only Tuesdays, we do a live QuickBooks online demonstration. You can ask me any question about QuickBooks. I open QuickBooks and I actually show you so you can see what you're doing inside of QuickBooks. Because oftentimes we can tell you what to do, but if you don't see it, or I should say, I'm that person who likes to touch and feel. And that's how I learn. That's how I teach. And I know for some people, they can hear it. For some people, they want to see it. Some people, they want to touch it. So we are giving you the best of everything. So if you want to see the demonstration that we're doing, you can click the link at the top. It's actually in YouTube, and you'll see the open. We have a QuickBooks, the sample company. It's a sample company. It's not a live company. So some of the stuff I'm not able to demonstrate. I can walk you through it. I'm not able to demonstrate, so you won't be able to see it. Like there are some bank transaction, because this is not a live company. You'll not be able to see a live demo of a bank transaction. So what I'm going to do is that we're going to start with a couple questions that Anika had asked earlier, and we're going to talk about that. And there's two things I want to demonstrate, and probably this is going to be a part of it, is when an owner puts money into the business. When an owner puts money into the business, so I'm going to open that shows up on your balance sheet. So let's do this, because this is, I hope this one this year, it's current. All right. So when an owner, this is the balance sheet, and how you get to the balance sheet, you go all the way down to report, click on, let me go right back there, because somebody's going to ask that question. We go to report, and these are favorites. So if you star anything, it will show up right at the top of the favorite. But you can go right to where it says business view. And there are several different balance sheets. We're just going to do the regular balance sheet today. So you click on the balance sheet. And the first thing you want to do is that you need to do your balance sheet as at the end of the year. Because as I've explained before, the balance sheet is as at the end of a year, whereas the profit and loss is only for a period of time. So the profit and loss goes over at some point into the balance sheet. So we're going to change this to cash, because we like to see things in cash, and run the report. So on your balance sheet, Anika, where it says equity at the bottom right here, I'm not sure if you're over on YouTube so you can see it. It says opening equity, retain earning income. Okay, so there's no owners draw inside of this company. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a transaction right in here, because I needed to do this for as a demonstration for today. So I am going to go to new. I'm just going to click out of it, and I am going to make a bank deposit. So when you start your business and you're the owner of the business, and let's say most of us start our business and we don't have enough money in the business, and you want to put money in your business, and this is one of the ways you can put money in the business right inside of here. So I know that there's no owner's account set up. So when you put that money that you're going to deposit in your bank, it's owners you can, investment. There's two ways to record money that you're putting into your business. You can either put it in as owner's investment. I'm Michelle from California. You can put it as owner's investment, or you can put it in as a loan if you intend to take it back out. So so I'm just going to add this real quick, because they don't have it right here. And they have everything is owner's equity, and we're going to save this. Now you can put in where you transfer the money from. Monies to you put START, startup money for the USI. And you can put transfer from personal bank account. Hey, Carlita, thank you for coming in. And we're going to say this is check. And we're going to put $5,000 in there. So this is our startup money that we're putting in this is our startup money that we're putting in the business. So now this is money that we are taking from our personal account and we're putting it in the business. Normally, if you just went to the bank and deposited it, it would show up in the bank feed. But we're actually entering it inside of the QuickBooks before it actually shows up in the bank feed. The reason why I'm entering it inside of QuickBooks before it shows up in the bank feed, it's because we're not going to be able to see the bank feed because this is the demonstration company. So now we're going to do save and close. And we're going to refresh this screen and that should show up. And now it says owner investment. There is the 5,000. The 5,000 is right there. So I'm going to go to the bank feed. So this is where you'd actually put money into the bank, into your business from your personal account. Now you can either call it owner's investment or you can call it a loan. And the only thing you have to be aware of is that if you're calling it a loan, there has to be a payment term or some kind of note that you sign that says that the business is going to pay you back, and you kind of have some kind of date to it, that kind of stuff. So it looks like it's a loan, right? So that's how you put money in as the for the investment. And that was a question I had that I was answering. And so now we're going to do owner's draw, where you're taking money out of the company. Now, if it's a LLC sole proprietor, you do owner's draw. If you have an S corp or C corp or partnership, then you can actually do a salary. You can pay yourself outside of do a salary and pay yourself. That's one of the reasons why it's often recommended that you do a S corp, so you can actually take a salary and you will have a paycheck from your business. That also helps you when you're doing that to pay taxes throughout the year, regardless, because now you will have a salary that is doing all of that. So that is the owner's investment. Let me see if they have anything in here that we can call owner's draw. This is always going to pop up because this is actually the I don't know, I don't see anything in here. Oh, that is not showing up. So for that one, I won't be able to show you from here. If there was, let's say this was the deposit that you actually make inside for the owner's draw, then it would actually show you that there's a match because we entered it. If there was no match, let me see, they don't even have no deposit in here. Okay, so let's say this was money that you put in the business, then it's going to come in as uncategorized income. You want to change this. You want to make sure that you go in and change it to owner's draw. This is not owner's draw. I'm just using this as an example so that you can. So owners, these are all going to, so you can put this in as owner's investment or loan. All right. So we're not going to do that. It's going to probably do that for all of that. And then when you take money out, like you make a withdrawal or transfer, Now, I say this to everybody. When you make a transfer from your personal bank account to your business account, because you're putting money in your business account, when you do that transfer, you want to make sure that you put in the note. I'm going to show you the note that comes from the bank. Put in the note either your account number, transfer from me, transfer from my checking, kind of put some kind of note inside of here. So when you're looking at it, you will remember what it is. I cannot tell you how many times that I have had to ask business owner, what is this deposit for? And they, like I always say, I don't remember what I ate yesterday. I'm not going to remember it 2 months later. I'm not going to remember it 12 months, a year later. So you want to make sure that you are putting notes inside of your transfer. If you're just making the deposits, if you're just making the deposits and write it on the deposit slips. Write it on your deposit slips so you can actually, when you go back and look at it, you can see and you can know exactly what it's for. So that is just dealing with how you put money in your business for startup, and anytime you put money in your business. All right. So that is for one question. And Anika, I'm going to go back and show you because you asked that question about so the profit and loss, the reconciliation that needs to be done is with your bank account. You got to make sure all the balance sheet items are reconciled, and if they're reconciled, then you can, your profit and loss would be reconciled. If you are getting a 1099K or you get any 1099 miscellaneous, you want to go to those miscellaneous, make sure that the amount on your profit and loss is at least close to it. If you get payment outside of the 1099Ks and stuff like that, but you want to make sure that it matches. I recommend that if it's over your 1099, the IRS is not going to say anything. But if it's under, they're gonna want to say, hey, why is it on there? And they will penalize you for not reporting all the income. So the other report that we want to look at is the cash flow statement. This is actually very important in when you are evaluating your business. And a lot of banks use this report. Where's my cash flow statement? Statement of cash flow. So here's the statement of cash flow, and we're going to do it as at the end of the year. You can do it for 6 months, you can do it for any period. But what the cash flow statement does, it actually shows you what is your actual income as it relates to your operating activity. What that means is that this income is what you actually generate because of the products and services that you're selling. This one right here. Oh Lord, my water thing just went off. Right? This one right here is what most people that are like looking for equity to see what's equities in the business, they look at this part, the operating activities. So this tell them if your business is profitable, and they look at your accounts receivable, your accounts payable. They look at all of that and to see if your business is actually profitable. And then they look at the financing activity to see how you're actually financing your business, right? And if you had any investment, additional investment or outside investment, thank you, in investment, it would also show up. So there's 3 sections to your statement of cash flow: the operating activity, the financing activity, and then it will show if there's any investment. So if you have a large investment, that would show. So this is what you also want to make sure that it's reconciled so you can use it if you are you are looking for any kind of loan, this is one of the statement that they actually look at. So that's going to tell you how profitable your business is. It also will tell you what kind of equity you have in the business. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. So we talk about how you put money into your business. And there's one other thing that I want to show. If you have any question, please feel free to ask your question. Please put your question inside of, if you're on Facebook, you can put it inside of, oh Lord, I can't see anymore. Hold on, let me see if I can see this thing. Or if you're inside of YouTube, just put your question in. I'll be more than happy to answer any question that you have as it relates to QuickBooks Online. Hey, Derek, thank you so much for joining. Hey, Carlita, thank you for coming in. How are you guys doing? We're going to take a pause. Hey, Cassandra. I am good. Hey, Derek. All right. So, and if you're coming in, you can always click the link at the top and join us on YouTube so you can see that. So, one other, I want to ask you this, Carly and Derek, because I know I just need another perspective as it relates to when owners put money in their business. What's the best advice you give them? Do you just tell them to put it in as owner's investment or a loan? Okay. And okay, yeah, because what a lot of people says, oh, I loan the business this money. But if you loan the business this money, um, and you were taking that money out because you put the money in the business, if it's not documented correctly, what is going to happen is that they're going to call it owner's draw, and that means that you will have to pay taxes on it. So I want us to be aware of that. All right, so we did the statements. We talk about the withdrawal. Okay, so this is what another thing that another question that we have that we're answering. I don't know why this thing is on. Anika, you have any question before we go on? All right, we'll talk off. It's funny that you asked that question because that was the very next question that I was going to answer. So here is what let me go into this bank and I'm going to show you this, and this is going to be let me see if there's any in here. uh um Click the link above. It takes you right to the YouTube channel. uh, and you should be able to see this screen. I'm looking to see if there is refund receipt. Okay. Carlita, do you have any other sample company? This one scarcely have anything in it. Oh, she's on the phone. Derek, you know if they have any? They clean this. You know, the other day I found one that was it was an event company. I'm gonna go look for it because I think I saved it somewhere because it has a lot more. And I think they clean this out and there's not a lot of transaction in here. So this is, I'm gonna talk through it because I don't have an entry to show you. When you get a refund from, so you purchase something, right? You actually purchased something and the money was returned to you. I'm going to deal with both of them. I'm going to deal with, first of all, when the money was returned to you. It is going to show up on the receive side of your statement. Now, let's say you had gone to X Hardware and you purchased something and that money came back to you. The hardware would have gone to repair and maintenance. What you need to do is when you get that return, you put it back to the same account that the original money came from. So if you went to Home Depot, so for hello Shauna, you can click the link above and you can see the demonstration over on YouTube. So wherever the money came from, however, I think there are some states that says if you get money, you got to put it back as income. But if you get a refund, if the money was refunded to you, it goes back to where you paid the bill from. Now, if it's a sales refund, so let's say that you did a sales and you gave a refund and it's coming in on the spent side, there is actually a refund account that you need to set up, and that is going to show, let me see if I it's going to show just under the income, and it will be deducted from your income. See this account right here? It says refund. Yeah, somebody purchased the inventory, right, from you. Right. So it's going to go back to the inventory account because now you no longer have that. They're refunding you. So wherever you posted the original entry. So let's say, I know you do CMOS. So let's talk through it. So you purchase some CMOS, right? And when you purchase the CMOS, you pay them, and that will go to your cost of goods sold because that's the purchases that you make. It's going to go to your cost of goods, right? Now, when they send you back that money, you're going to put it back to that cost of goods because you're going to reduce the cost of goods. Does that make sense, Anika? So you're right. Right. On the category it says purchase, but you now have to change it to where the account that money was paid from. Yeah, but what do you normally call those purchases that you purchase? Did you Right? So you now have to change that from purchase to inventory because that's where it came from. Carly, you're welcome. Carlita or Derek, any either of you can go ahead. It's not income. It No, it's okay. No, no, no. It's going to show up on the expense, but it's going to show up. Okay, it's usually hard to explain it because what it is, it's a debit and a credit. So both of them are going to show up in the inventory. One is going to increase the inventory, and one is going to decrease the inventory. So what is going to happen is that because it shows up on the receive side, it's going to decrease the amount your inventory costs. when you're actually, I'm gonna actually show you it physically, because that, you see, this is, it's hard to show it inside of the demo company because it doesn't have all of that features. So that's why I say, if you're watching this, and it sounds confusing, usually it's when you actually see it inside of the company. This company does not have, it's a demo company, but it does not have all the different industry stuff inside of here. So it's not easy. So that is one of the reasons why I always say to people that your bookkeeping, or your accounting is actually not a one size fit all, and it's much easier for someone to look at your actual book and help you, as opposed to just give you a generic stuff. Because when we tell you the generic stuff, it actually, you're not seeing it inside of your actual QuickBooks. So thank you guys for joining us today. Thank you, Anika, for the question. Most definitely we will do an offline, so you can actually, I can actually demonstrate in your book, because you have inventory. This company that we're looking at does not have inventory. So we're actually inside of the sample company. If you want to see the actual demonstration that we were showing, you can click the link above our heads and go over to the YouTube channel, because that's where we actually do the live demonstration. If you have any question that relating to how you do anything inside of QuickBooks, please feel free to ask. I've been using QuickBooks for over 25 years. I can safely say 25 years. And I've been using the desktop for a long time, and the online version has similarities, just that you do things a little different. Um, so the reports are important. How you actually, I've seen a person. I'm going back to the where is it? The bank, and they don't make this easy because they just put pre-authorized transaction in here. Now, even though things come in on the receive side, it's not always income. And case in point, that was a refund, and then it needs to go back to the account that it came from. And if it was a loan, then that needs to be either from you, the owner, or from an external source, either a bank, or we know what is the PPP loan. Any of those are going to show up on your balance sheet. Okay, so my phone decided to ring, and trust me, it's ringing right inside of my headphone. Okay, I don't know why my husband chooses to call me every day around this time, and he knows I'm live. And he's hearing me too, because I just put the phone on so he can hear me. so yes guys, if there's no more question, any more question as it relates to we're talking about the withdrawal from the business. Oh, we have one more. So here's something, that a question that I got asked, and I want to also answer. Let's say that you withdraw monies from your business. It doesn't matter what you, let's say you're the owner, you drew the money from your business. When you draw that money, when you take that money out, and you, let's say you categorize it to owner's draw, now you did not use the money to do what you want to do, but you want to put the money back into the bank account. You put the money, physical money, put it back into the bank account, and then categorize it to the same category that you did when you took the money out. It's what we call a contra entry. Now, if you have two companies, let's say you have two companies, and you want to take money from one company and put it in another company, and when you draw the money out, you have to also create an account that shows up on the balance sheet of both company. And I want to call it intercompany, or you can call it associated company, however you want to label it, but it must show up on the balance sheet. So what is happening is that if one company is putting money into the other company, you treat it the same way as if you, the owner, was putting money. So the money would come from a company, and it shows that that company put monies into the associated company or the sister company, whichever way you want to call it. So hopefully, let me know if that makes sense, if you understand that. Carlita, do you have anything to chime in on those questions that we had for today? I showed as much as I could inside of QuickBooks, but if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Carlita or Derek can go ahead and chime in. Go ahead, Anika. Um, I have not seen it, and I know they have the opportunity. I've not seen it. I've not seen a customer that has it. I don't know if Carlita or Derek, have you any of you seen any any of the QuickBooks loan? How about you, How about you, Derek? Okay, so I've seen the option for the loan, and I didn't apply for it. What I can tell you is that when I'm thinking about loan, one of the first thing I think about is actually the interest rate. I kind of measure it against what is out there and what interest rate they're offering, and based on that, I would make a decision. Is that helpful? And I would say that goes for any loan. One thing that I wanted to also say, because I know I actually did an analysis of this, and because I had someone who said to me that when it comes to your business, actually having numbers to help you make that decision is really very important, especially when it comes to interest rate. Because what you want to look at is that you want to look at how much is it going to cost me if I take this loan, as opposed to how much taking it from somebody else, how much it's going to cost you. So that is actually very, very crucial, is what is it really costing you, you know. Another thing is that if you're in business, and it happens to all of us, if you have to be constantly putting your money in the business, it means that your money is going to be tied up. You also want to think about, if you get a loan that would put you, you probably be able to get a larger amount that would be able to do much more, especially if you're thinking about scaling your business, because loans like those can help you with oh my god. Now I didn't want to say the word, and now it slipped me. Working capital, that's what I want to call it. Working capital, I'm thinking about another word that we can use, but what it does, it helps you to be able to manage, whether you believe it or not, manage your cash flow better. You can now scale your business to a certain height, and that actually is a good thing. I know, like PayPal. PayPal also offer loan. That's something. Their interest rate is similar to most loans that you would get. All right, we are almost on top of the hour. Is the if there's no more question? Hey, Miss Audrey, thank you for coming in. You have a question or comment? Would you like to come to the stage? I don't know what, Carlita. Can you invite her to the stage? I can't. I don't know what happened to my button. Okay. Cut. All right. Thank you, Carlita. My raise hand feature is on and it's not going anywhere and it's not even showing me that I can invite anybody. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for that because I've heard it too. The oh, you need to have a S corp. Oh, you need to have a S corp. Oh, and I've had people who come to me who said they actually elect to file a S corp, and I'm like, okay, so how much money are you making? One of the things I recommend is that if you were thinking about an S corp, when you start to make money, that's when you start to think about it. I know there are some because the S corp has some kind of deadline when you can file. The forms are different that you can file, right? If it's within the first year, I think it's the 2553. But if it's over that time, then you have a different form that you can file, and when you file it, you can they ask you for the reason why you're filing it and all of that. It's not as bad as we kind of make it. So I'm like, if you're not making 30,000 in profit, I'm not talking about 30,000 in income, 30,000 profit. I don't recommend that you go to an S corp because that is like Carlita says. They look at these things. They look at these things. They look if you're making money. If you're making a loss, uh, 3, 4, 5 years in a row, Iris is going to start wondering what you're doing. It's a hobby for them. They're going to say, "Oh, that's a hobby. You're not really in business." So that is something that you also want to consider when you're looking at your business and your business structure. Is somebody open a mic? Go ahead. Oh, go ahead and ask a question. We're usually here for about an hour. We chit chat for about an hour. Alone. So, uh, if you're over on YouTube, I'm going to show you how to record it. And I'm just going to use any account that's inside of here so you can actually see it. Well, the first thing I'm going to do when I get a loan is I'm actually going to go to my charts of account and I'm going to set up a loan account. Actually, they have a loan account in here, so I'm not going to make a new one. Let's say we get a PPP loan. I'm actually going to set up a new account for the PPP because I want to see it on my S data. So I go to new and I'm going to choose long-term liability because it's over 12 months. And I'm going to put other long-term liability and right in the name right here, I'm going to put PPP loan. And this is going to be loan during, I'm just putting something so I can remember your PNBMIC, and I'm going to do save. So now it's on my charts of account. And then what I'm going to do is that usually the loan comes into your bank account. So I'm just going to use an entry from the bank feed to show it so you can see. So uh, um, let me see if there's a. So if the loan came in my bank and it was like this item, what I would now do is I would go here and I would put right here and I would put PPP loan, and then it's from SBA, and I would add them as a it's gonna save them as a customer. And then I can put a note inside of here that says PPP loan second BISB, because I want to remember what it is. I want to be able to go and see what it is. And then I would hit the add button. Now, you also have to realize that if this came in from a bank, from one bank to another bank, it's going to say record transfer. Yeah. So there's a way that we can set it up, but it's going to, if it comes from any financial institution, if it came from PayPal, if it came from Stripe, if it came from Square, what else, Carlita? If it comes from any kind of institution that's a payment that is actually from a financial institution, it's going to come in as record as transfer, right? And then now, another way to do this, if it's showing recorded transfer and you want, so guys who just came in the room, we're actually doing a live demonstration. We are inside of you, we're on YouTube. You can click the link above my head and it will take you to the YouTube channel so you can see the demonstration that we're doing inside of QuickBooks. All right. So one way to do this, Anika, to change it so you can put everything in, because once it says transfer, it's going to show right there as transfer. What you can do is click the button to the left, and once you click it, this thing at this little ribbon at the top here will appear. And what you do is click on update, and now you can put in SBA. It's not going to show down there, but it's actually going to save it. And then if the category was not there, because we said it's a PPP loan, and we can do PPP loan. Now, I am probably a little bit anal sometimes, so I want to see what it looks like before I actually accept it. So I can do apply. And if you notice, anything that has a rental, we're not going to do those. It's going to apply it to it. What QuickBook does, it applies it to anything that has the same name. We're not doing all of that. We're just using this for demonstration. So now it's going to have it's probably right here, and it has the loan. And then you can either do accept right here, or you can do record transfer. We're going to do accept right there. You would have to do what? So the thing about it is that it's just that little things you can do inside a QuickBook that can make your life easier. Just little things like that. Not knowing how to do that. Yeah. And this doesn't have a lot of transaction. I'm going to call QuickBooks and see if I can get my own demonstration company so I can actually put the entries so I can show it the way I want to show it. So that is it. Hey German, thank you for coming in. So that's how you actually do that when you get record transfer. Another thing that you get inside of QuickBooks is when you pay credit card. It's now, before it usually say record a transfer, now it's actually saying credit card payment. Now, if you're like most people, which I know, they have Capital One and they have two Capital One card, and or they have two card with the same bank. When you're doing that, you have to make sure that you are careful that you are not applying it to the wrong credit card account. That's one thing. Now, if you have store cards or cards that are not like with a financial institution like Discovery, Capital One, American Express, if you don't have those, then if you have a card that is not, they there is a bank that issued a card, but that's not what's on its name. Like the one I can think about is Care Credit. Care Credit has a card, but it was issued by Symphony Bank. That you also have to make sure that you're paying attention. If you write your card name, you also want to put in bracket the bank name as well, so that you know exactly when you see the transaction, because it's not going to show up as the card name. Just like JC Penney, I think is Symphony Bank. Some of the store cards are like different bank. You got to make sure you know what bank you are paying for your store card as well. All right, I see a question. I have QuickBooks self-employed. What to do when it's not downloading the transaction from my bank correctly and not capturing the mileage correctly? Jermaine, I would love to help you, but I absolutely do not like QuickBooks self-employed. Carlita, you have any advice for him? He had. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to laugh, Jermaine, but it is the struggle that we face when we see people with QuickBooks self-employed. I am currently working on, I have like three clients that had this self-employed, and I'm updating to either Simple Start Plus or whatever. I have to sit here, download the transaction into an Excel spreadsheet, and actually put the transaction in. I mean, luckily I know how to sort in Excel so I can have, but the self-employed is a little bit it is annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. It was made for the economy. It definitely was for the gig economy, for people who were like Uber drivers and DoorDash and stuff like that. That was doing a lot. So the best suggestion I have for you is that, do you have a pro advisor? If you do not have a pro advisor that you can reach out to, is actually you have to call QuickBooks Online, and they will walk you through what is happening inside, because it's just probably a little fix. We can't fix it. The pro advisors can't fix it. QuickBooks themselves has to fix it. If you need help with that, let me know. I usually call them and get them to fix whatever problems I have. Hopefully that helped you, Jermaine. All right. Thank you for all those who were here today. We do appreciate. Okay, your wife is a realtor. I would suggest you get a Simple Start, QuickBooks Online Simple Start. Send me a DM, and I'll put the link where she can actually go and look at the Simple Start. It's probably, if she gets it right out, it's $35. I do offer a discount, so you can either reach out to me, or I'll put the link in and you can go ahead and but I do suggest for the realtor that they get the minimum Simple Start, because that is going to give them, yes, all the QuickBooks Online, all versions of QuickBooks Online does capture mileage, all version. Once you have a QuickBooks Online subscription, you have the option to download it on your phone. I absolutely love the fact that I can download it on my phone. I can download it on my iPad, and I use that to capture receipt. I don't drive anywhere, so I don't need to do mileage. But for receipts, that's what I use. Yes, yes, but definitely I'll put it in the back. I'll put the link in the back channel. You can review it. If you need help, let me know. All right, guys, thank you so much. Hey, Rashida, you probably want to watch the replay. We did go over how to do a withdraw. If you did a withdrawal from your business and you want to deposit it back into your business, we talk about that. We talk about recording transfer. When you see a transfer inside of your bank feed, how to actually record the transfer. We also talk about if you're starting up a business and you have to put money and you have to put money into your business. We talk about that. And we did what else? We talk about so much other things. Now I forget. But we covered all of that. We actually did a little recap of reports, the different reports that you can see inside of QuickBooks. And we went over the statement of cash flow. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. It's my pleasure to have you. It's my pleasure to be here every Tuesday with a QuickBooks Online demonstration. I do appreciate your questions. If you send me your question anytime throughout the week, I'll be more than happy to go over it because I know QuickBooks. I know what I'm talking about. So if I just come and tell you what I'm talking about, sometimes it does not help because you're like, oh my God, so now I have this entry. How do I do it? Actually, getting your entries, what you struggle with, helps me to help you. So I hope this was helpful for everyone. And we are here. We are actually in the revenue retention room Monday to Thursday. And on Friday, we're in a live online learning where we focus on finance on Friday. But on Monday to Thursday, we talk all things about accounting, your numbers, your bookkeeping, your QuickBooks, your taxes. On Thursday, we're going to talk about taxes. On tomorrow, we're going to talk about accounting. Feel free to follow the house at the top. Make sure you're following the house. If you're over on YouTube, jump over there. Please give the channel a follow. Turn on your notification and subscribe so that when we go live on a Tuesday, you get a notification because inside of the live, we tell you exactly. I open QuickBooks and I show you right inside of there because sometimes you just need to see it and a little tweak here and a little tweak there, and it can make your life so much easier. So thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, Anika, for your question. Thank you, Rashida, for coming in. Thank you, Jermaine. Yes, Jermaine, you can definitely switch over. I will definitely send you the link. And thank you, Audrey, for coming in. Audrey, let me check to see if you. Oh my goodness, she did send me a question. uh, okay, Audrey. Let me make sure that I'm following you because I did not see your back channel. All right, so thank you so much. Thank you so much. She said she was busy. Thank you, Anika. Thank you, Carlita. Carlita, you have any final word for the people? We're right on top of the hour. Thank you, Carlita. I'm gonna ding you because I have a question for you. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Anika. I'll respond to you in a little bit. All right, everyone. Thank you so much, Rashida. I'll see you a little later. All right, guys. Thank you so much. This room is going to be closing in 3, 2, 1. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Oh, guys, over here on. Hey, Evelyn. Oh my goodness. Did you miss it? Oh, we're closing out. Oh, I closed out the clubhouse. We did do another live demonstration of QuickBooks Online. If you do have any question, please feel free. Please feel free to put those in the chat, comment below the video. I'll be more than happy to next week when we do another live demonstration. We will do a demonstration of whatever question you have. Like I said, I know QuickBooks inside out and I can tell you what to do. But if you have question, it makes it nicer. I kind of love when you ask me question because now I get to challenge my brain. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on next week Tuesday inside of the clubhouse, YouTube, and the Facebook group. Well, as always, have a great rest of Tuesday, and please join me in Clubhouse for the rest of the week or on Instagram. We go live there for the rest of the week. All right, bye. I can't find the end of the stream.